All right. Last time on the recording that fucked itself, and now we don't have a thing on YouTube. Um, we had a session where we helped the sisters with their murder mystery, and then we had Eki take a level in Artificer by holding on to an artifact until he almost died. Also rescued a vampire that asked for help at the temple door, and we had a girls' night out where the two women of the party became professional wrestlers and dueled each other to almost the death.
Um, and I almost won and then was destroyed.
Yeah, it was a real turnaround.
Your bomb.
It was a real tearjerker.
All right, boys. Who wants to go first in the RP order? You guys have a plan about what you want to do?
So
Are we back?
Somebody gonna pee on the vampire again?
we're gonna interrogate it.
We're hanging out at the bar, getting sloshed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, during our sloshness, we probably, before all the fun stuff happens, we should probably see if there's anybody in the bar that we want to talk to and kind of pull information out of before we try to seduce Petra over here.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Why don't you guys start with the vampire and then come back to us?
Get into the fun right away.
So, all right. So we want to interrogate this guy, correct? David, Cody, Jim.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we can both just pull out our holy symbols and maybe just start walking in his direction.
Oh, I'm gonna take out the giant silver sword and start looking at his arm to just touch him with it, just slowly, just keep poking him with it.
That sword's not silver.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is silvered.
Ah.
Yeah, it is a holy relic formed in the heart of a shambling mound, like it's great pressure inside of its mud and its vines and such. You're not quite sure about the origins of it or exactly what it does or who the god Rom is, but you're pretty sure the sword's kind of badass.
So, Sungo Frog's gonna take the sword out and just be like, Dunnan, hold him down for a minute. Let's get some answers out of this man thing.
Got it.
Okay, so he's sitting there and he's looking between the two of you like you've lost your minds. He's like, no, I came here for help.
Oh, we'll give you some help. Divine help.
No, listen. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that, listen, I'm on the mend. Thank you for your timely service, heroes. Just not with the torture. I was going to tell you everything anyway. I still need your help.
You sure got a fine way of showing it, Fang Banger.
What, showing up on your doorstep half dead and asking for help is a weird way of showing I need help?
Yes, because you talk way too much shit for someone that fucked up.
Yeah, I don't buy your story completely.
Well, if excuse me, I was stabbed almost in the heart tonight. For an immortal guy, it's weird to almost lose your life like that.
You want to test that mortality? Keep talking back.
Whoa. Just hang on a second. My name is Darius Svoboda, and my life, such as it is yours to take, yes. Or to spare if you're feeling heroic and have any brains between you.
What is it you want from us?
Listen, I need your help to save my people. My people are being slaughtered right now, or worse, taken back to Claptrap by those fucking jackal pissants.
Weren't y'all all supposed to be sneaky and all that?
You've got to live. You've got to live. I've got the wrong accent. Hold on. You've got to live somewhere, okay, big boy? And we happen to live in Riverside. And I'm not sure if you know this, but the factions in this city used to be in heavy contact. We used to share with each other. We used to give each other things. We used to trade, and we used to share resources and knowledge. But now, one of the factions has taken that knowledge and decided to fucking kill me in my sleep.
How does a vampire become the leader of a group
Well,
with humans in it?
well, here, one thing. I am not a vampire per se. I am a vampire spawn. I know you holy types don't draw much distinction between the two, but there is one. My master, you might call it, bit me and left me for dead a century ago. Normally, one such as I would turn into a bloodthirsty puppet beholden to his master's little whims, but this did not happen to me. I would have to assume my master was killed shortly after spawning me, because I have had my will almost as long as I have been undead. Unfortunately, without my master, I am unable to transcend my current form and become a true terror of the night. You might say my status as a relatively weak predator taught me humility and the value of getting along with my food, or, you mortals.
I believe he just called us cattle, boys. I think we might need to do something about that.
Whoa, 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 I only take from volunteers. At first, I hunted on the streets like any other vampire, okay? But eventually you realize that there's always a bigger fish out there. And you've noticed where we are, yes? The City of Bones is an island. I don't know what you've heard about my kind, but we are uncomfortable with flowing water. I cannot leave, and I cannot conquer the city through force as a true vampire might. So, I found a way to coexist with mortals on this little piece of paradise. When Ossotia allied with Bavaria a generation ago, I saw the relationship between the two would be contentious. I inserted myself into the equation, recruiting myself as a spy and go-between for under-the-table deals that tend to happen when bureaucrats scramble for power. I was pretty good at it, too, what with my talents for subtlety and mind manipulation. I was in so much demand I could no longer handle all the work on my own, so I held interviews. I recruited the lowborn, the maids, the waiters, the prostitutes, the footmen, people the nobility tried to pretend are invisible. Soon, I and my web of informants were in King Toller's father's employ, and Toller inherited my service from his father. Of course, now that's all fucking done. Toller's fucking dogs tried to kill me in my sleep.
Fuller's dogs did. I thought you were saying the jackals did this to you.
It's a metaphor, as well as there's another faction in the city now that I didn't really account for. His stupid elite group is heading up the jackals now, and they're trying to destabilize the island. I'm pretty sure of it. Listen, here is why you should keep me alive, all right? I am a stabilizing influence on our little community here. The core group of the roofers are my best agents. The ones with the speed, intellect, and agility to get around the city without being infected by the walking corpses. The rest are people we took in when the curse came down on us, at least those that made the cut. We pride on ourselves in our ability to get around and get things without the fuss. My roofers, to a man, are excellent scavengers, quiet and efficient. If you need something we can get, that is, if they're still alive by the time we're done beating each other off over here.
I'm not buying them, boys. What do y'all think?
Hey, listen. If my people die, there are no roofers going out trading scavenged goods anymore. One or two of these disparate groups of mortals will die, or at least be forced to move on to green pastures, just as good as dying. Listen, I'm an evil bastard. It's in my nature. I can't help it. I was turned a long time ago. But I'd like to think I'm the kind of evil that's useful to the greater good. If you spare me and help me save my roofers, we'll owe you.
Roll anything to see if he's lying.
That's what I was about to ask.
Go for it, man. You roll for, oh, my bad, insight, trying to determine if he's deceiving you. It's pretty good. You can tell that the things he has said are on the level, but at the same time, the lies of omission are pretty hard to figure out that way.
I need more than just the word of a stupid vampire. And we need a little bit of time to prepare. Not all of our group is here.
Why, happen to be all you have right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here asking for your help. My people are being killed at the moment.
Whatever. I'll hold on to the fucking banger until everybody's ready.
I say we get the sisters involved and see what they say about it.
Well,
Ah,
if it's all the same to you, I'd like to not go into church. I'm on the mend. I'm pretty hearty if you don't put me in sunlight.
There's dragging men there just to the doorstep. Don't invite him in, though.
I
Keep him on a short leash, if you would.
I'd rather not.
This isn't about what you want.
Oh, fine. If we could get this done quickly. All right.
Holy ground also hurts a Mickey.
That's the point of holding him on a short leash, right outside the gate.
All right. In the interim, let's go with what the girls are doing over here. So, you guys just got done with your fun professional wrestler thing, and you have been taken back to the bar with Pitra. Let me just move down here to you guys. You guys are down at the bottom right, by the way.
Mhm.
You've all had a short rest, so that means Madame Claptrap's got her spells back. Sorry, Lark, you do not.
Yeah.
Yay for warlocks.
Yay!
So,
Um,
what's up?
did we get healed at all?
Yeah, I gave you guys a bit of healing between now and then, but if you guys want to roll one of your hit dice to heal yourselves again, that would be fine because you had like a short rest.
Can you remind me of? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, gross.
Oh, yay.
So +4 for you, +7 for Sam.
Well, that's great. So
So right now,
sister. Oh,
oh,
okay.
go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, I was going to set the scene. Right now, you guys are in the Dauntless Bar, which is a really shabby sort of shack built inside like a strong stone building. Right outside the walls and the boarded up windows and such, like the windows are all bricked up. But there's zombies outside. You can hear them scratching on the wall. But the patrons of the bar seem to be pretty used to it. The guy behind the bar has probably not washed his hands in weeks, but and he's serving some kind of weird beer that is probably made from mushrooms or something. You hope it's not from the Grove mushrooms.
Oh.
And they've got a serving maid running around doing things, and like there's trash everywhere. You've got your old buddy from the from the arena right here, Mr. Loggerman. He seems to have recovered.
Oh, good.
And there is a halfling woman up here on the north wall.
Okay. So Sister Petra, what do you guys? You just spend all your time out here blowing off steam, or what?
What?
It's fun.
No. What? This is where I go to blow off steam. We're in charge of an orphanage over there. I'd rather not leave the kids very much, but I decided since everybody was doing their thing and in the sanctuary, I was free to slip out for a bit.
How'd you find this place?
Well,
It seems like I really wouldn't be going into random buildings,
I knew Dobu back in the day. He and I, well, we don't go way back, but we were acquaintances. And, although my charges are all the orphans and such, the people in need are also kind of in Perilia's purview. So, whenever I met my first Dauntless out doing a supply run, I talked him up, and he showed me where to find this place. It's been a lifesaver ever since. This place is stressful.
Yeah, I bet. Where do all of your orphans come from? Like all the groups around here?
Well, they were in the city. Well, a lot of them were in the city before this whole thing kicked off, and our defensible temple and our gadgets and such have really helped us defend ourselves, as well as keeping a low profile from the undead. Being neutral has kind of helped as well. The factions, once they started fighting, were not exactly uh, peaceable with each other.
Really?
Yeah, the factions used to get along. We used to all meet up at the Grove and do our thing there. And we used to meet and we used to share resources and training and such. But as the months wore on and the Druid circle dissolved, well, now we're doing our separate thing and everybody's just kind of waiting for the end or for rescue.
What do you think's going to happen in the end?
Oh, we'll all die, of course. However, I like to think about the now. I'm going to keep everyone alive as long as possible, and that means a little bit of self-care every now and then, going to the arena and getting beaten bloody.
Self-care, you say?
Yeah.
Is it only Dauntless that are here and you? Or are there any other factions that or any other people from other factions that come in here that are okay with these groups?
We've got contact with a couple groups, but since the leaders stopped talking with each other, sometimes you can only get one or two at a time. Every once in a while, we see the Rufus. They come and trade with us. What are you perceiving?
I'm just looking around the bar. I know you described it earlier, but I just wanted to perceive any other factions, any other people, any notable things that I need to see that I didn't see before.
All right. You notice that everybody here is wearing some sort of dangly bits on their clothes. This guy over here, the Loggerman guy, he's put on like a sort of pot and pan plus wind chime setup that makes noise as he shuffles around. Uh, People are wearing bells and people are wearing stuff that scrapes really loud and such. Like it seems like they're really into noise around here. The only person that's out of dress code per se is this halfling lady up here, and she seems to be trying to catch your eye.
Yeah, I was fixing to go over there and talk to
That's cool.
her. But before I do, I want to ask Pitra if she knows the halfling.
No, I don't think I've ever seen her before. Although I'm not here so often as I'd like. I mean, I'm here whenever I need to blow off some steam and get out of the house for a while.
Do you think she would fancy a drink, Pitra?
Well, I don't see why not. Let's invite her over. Halflings are cheap drunks.
All right. Um, do I get a? I don't know. How do you want to play that one?
Catch her eye and wave her over?
Well, who's got the high charisma? Who wants to go and chat her up?
I think our charisma's about the same.
Yeah.
Mine's 19.
Well, okay. How would you do it? How would you get somebody in a bar to come over to you?
I would just kind of catch her eye, and you said it looked like she was already looking at us. So kind of catch her eye and hold my drink up and say like questioning like, you want one?
All right. She looks at you holding up to your mug, and like it's like she was waiting for for like an invitation to come over. She just rushes on over and has a seat like right next to you guys.
That was easy.
Well, hello there, darling.
There's getting more ways than one.
Did I hear that you're new here?
Oh wait, this is her, not Pitra. Okay.
Oh, my accents are so bad.
No, I'm laughing. Hold on.
Hi, I'm Lark, and this is my friend, Madam Claptrap.
Hello.
And I couldn't help but notice you were trying to sort of get our attention. How's it going?
Oh, how could you tell? I was only giving you the eye for like half an hour.
Well, here, I kind of wave to the waitress, like, can we bring another one over here?
Okay, and
And
she goes off to find you some. So I'm not very good with people. Although My name is Apprentice Keeley of the Grove. At least I
The
was.
Grove. You
You
were?
were.
I was. Well, it's kind of a sad story and kind of what I wanted to talk to you about. But, I'll have a drink first, I guess.
I've heard interesting things, I guess, about the Grove. I'd love to hear what you're willing to share. Your
She
story.
she looks at you like you're like, yeah, you're trying to be charitable, but haha, she goes, "Pfft, yeah, the Grove is a horror show now, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, I was finally in the running to become a member of the circle when the cursed darkness came and ruined everything. Now, I don't know if there's a circle anymore. It's just Druid Hargus and the ones he's managed to infect with his ideas.
And how many were in the circle when you were going to join?
Back in my day, which was like 6 months ago, there was about a dozen druids just doing their thing in the grove, making sure the dead were interred and then eaten up by the trees, and space was in the graveyard, and we'd take care of everyone's loved ones after they died. But this whole zombie apocalypse thing got in the way, didn't it? I never got to join the circle.
I imagine you guys had a little bit of a job to do once everybody started dying.
You would think so, but since the corpses are walking around, it's kind of hard to inter them, don't you think?
Well, yeah, but you can make them stop.
Eh,
What caused you to finally leave the Grove?
it was Druid Hargus, but it's a sad tale. And hold on, and she takes like a long pull from her beer. Like I said, it's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't mean to be a downer on your night. It looks you guys did beautifully in the arena, but
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
you are fantastic out there, by the way.
Thank you. And I do a little curtsy.
I wish I was so competent with my magic. I was finally in the running to become a member of the circle when this thing happened, and I always had an affinity for the polymorphic aspects of our society. That doesn't jive well with the whole interning the dead thing. We're meant to intern and accelerate the decay of the dead to feed the life of the biosphere on the island. Not a lot of demand for a lady that can turn into a puma.
Oh, my
A
dear.
puma.
You happen to be in just the right place. My Lady Lark over here is real good at the whole illusionary magic.
Lark, you say? Well, I might be your natural predator, but I'll try to overlook that for the night, eh?
Yeah, I gotta watch out there.
Listen, eventually, I got the circle to accept me as an apprentice with some stipulations that I branch out of my comfort zone and all that. It wasn't always like this. Hells, in the first month, the Grove was even a neutral party to the budding factions if they had a dispute or needed something from one another. Even the jackals came to the table once or twice under the shade of the great tree. Things got more desperate for everyone over time. We tried to at least keep everyone fed with our magics. Starving people make for bad neighbors, you can imagine. So she takes another long pull from her beer. But then, Hargus. His wife, Miriam, was killed in the first days of the curse. He was always a quiet man, but now he's become distant and uncaring for the plight of our people. He's immortal, but he's more like the dead things on the streets than he is like you and me.
I'm
Why
sorry.
is he
Did
immortal?
you say immortal?
He's an elf, and he's an archdruid. If you can't figure out how to live forever with that setup, I'm not sure what to tell you. Some of these days, in the past months, as the darkness choked our great tree, he would gather all the druids and apprentices around and go on the strangest diatribes about adaptation and acceptance and change. Then he would pull back into himself and retreat back to wherever he sleeps now under the tree, and he wouldn't come out again until the next lecture. The hunger, the uncertainty, the darkness, the despair, it gnawed at all of us. His words started to make a strange sort of sense. Some of us, they took his new teachings and acted upon their own initiative, adapting to our new world. I almost started to believe it when the last of the boats burned. The dark was starting to feel like our new home. Then one day, he just staggered into a gathering of faction representatives and exiled everyone. He simply said, "Leave this place and never come back. The circle is broken." Some of his more fervent followers took this as a call to action, a call to go out into the city and start their own experiments in adaptation to the new world. Hell, I even saw a shambling mound running around the other day with all pale and muddy and weird, and it's just not a natural creation, that one.
That lovely
Yeah,
creature.
we found that lovely creature.
Oh, did you?
Hmm.
Did you put it out of its misery? That thing was... it was a horror.
Aye, we
You
did.
did. Yes.
Well, thank the gods for that. And she pounds her mug on the table and finishes it.
Yeah, let's hope that's the only one.
Anyway, without the Grove, the factions didn't have a neutral arbiter anymore. Alliances fell apart and people are suffering for it. I'll never forgive Argus for that.
So he still has a bunch of followers that are causing, I guess, haywire out there.
Not that he's in contact as far as I can tell. But yeah, I believe there are a few druids running around the island doing their own thing, trying to adapt to this new thing that's going on, the eternal darkness and the curse and the magic in the air and such. If
How many
you...
would you say?
I think he had about 5 in his inner circle, but I'm not sure if they're all zealotous enough to actually go through with it.
Gotcha.
Do you know definitively where any of them have taken up?
I don't know. I I tried to keep to myself, and I've been trying to get into the Grove ever since to try talk some sense into Hargus. I know you don't.
You,
What?
by trying and not succeeding?
Well, the man has surrounded himself with some interesting creations, you might say. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but if you and whoever you brought with you are here for the good of our city and the people in it, hells, if you plan to stay for slightly longer than a few minutes, consider helping me get back into the Grove and talking sense into Hargus. I can't get there on me own with his mushroom things guarding the place.
Well,
I can't prove
oh,
it, but he had a sort of genius with fungus that no one could match. He's sitting on a lot of grief and despair, and I don't think leaving an archdruid alone with his thoughts is a good idea.
well, we are not the only ones in our party. And so we can't say for sure if we're headed that way. We do have our own kind of reason, or our own mission here, and so,
That's fine.
but
I don't want to impose on you, and I know it's a lot to ask of one singular person or even a party of people. But I think if we got the Grove back in action, we could unite the factions once again and maybe have a shot at surviving this whole thing.
well, what I was gonna say is if you wanted to come back with us, um, maybe we could talk to our party and see what's going on. What are our plans? We need to regroup anyway.
You want me to come back where with you?
Yeah, I don't know if I should tell her. Um, can I do a some sort of, I guess, perception or insight or something to see, if her intentions are as she makes them out to be?
Go ahead and do insight. Well, she's being honest with you as far as you can tell,
Yeah,
which is not very far.
I know.
Well, Sam can tell she is very honest person. She has a hard. I don't think she has any guile in her whatsoever.
All right.
That means I can change her aura to blue. Yay!
Ooh.
All right, gentlemen, we're coming back to you for now. Okay, we'll continue this. What's up?
Order another round to the table before we leave us.
And Petra,
Or
is that
two.
okay if she comes back with us?
Sure. I'd love to have her around.
We're going to the cathedral.
This girl's night is getting better and better. I've lost Petra's accent. God damn it.
Petra,
right.
by the way, you said you wanted to look at my
video.
raven. And so I tell what did I call him? Damn it, I can't remember his name.
Oh, I'd love to look at it.
Stardust. I tell Stardust to go like hop over onto her shoulder.
Stardust? Oh, that's so cute. This girl's night is going to be so great. I want to take this bird back to my lab. You mind if I do?
See, when we get back to the cathedral.
Maybe I'll get you drunk enough. You let me do it.
We'll see.
Bring on the rounds.
And Keely is like, oh yeah, you're speaking my language. She looks like she's already had plenty, and it's only been one beer. She's a halfling.
Well, here, darling Keely, have some more.
Should we bring some beers back for the boys?
She goes like once you hand her the beer, she's like, "You want to see me turn just my butt into a puma?"
You darn straight I do, honey.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen. The plan was to take the vampire sort of back to the temple, right?
Yeah. I mean, if he's telling the truth, then the sisters would know him.
Let's find out.
So, are you taking them all the way in or just to the steps?
We can't technically bring him onto the grounds, otherwise he'll start smoking and dying.
If you just want to
okay.
if you just want to put him here, I'll consider him on the table. I didn't create a stoop for the church.
If we could move him.
Oh yeah, I kind of have to move him, don't
I? I mean, it's all up to you.
What are you, in your notes? What do you have as Petra's accent?
She's supposed to be sort of an Australian, maybe New Zealander accent.
Okay.
But I've lost it trying to do Scottish and fucking Transylvanian or whatever the fuck I did for the vampire, and now I've got to hit myself in the head a couple times to get it back. Whatever I had of it.
So, David, since you're in good with your
Yeah. Sister Kron sees that you return and she looks a bit relieved. And then she looks out the door on the front step. She's like, "You brought the vampire back."
I don't quite trust him that much. What do you know of him?
She shrugs her shoulders, which you can sort of kind of tell through the power armor. Sister Mina kind of steps forward and she goes, "Well, we don't have a big vampire population on the island, as you probably have guessed. I mean, there's been no outbreaks or anything in, oh gosh, forever." And Darius from the stoop is like, "Yes, I only take volunteers and I never bite people. I value my life and my survival. I don't want to create an outbreak of things like me." And Sister Mina like looks at him like she's disgusted with him, but at the same time she says, "Well, that makes some kind of sense. I'm not really in the company of vampires most nights." Vampires spawn. Spawn. The same reason I don't make any children. If they drank my blood, they become a full vampire and they would fucking wipe this place out.
I'd have fun wiping you out right now, little man. All it would take is a little push, a little tug, and bango, just a pile of ash. So watch your tone.
You want to try an intimidation check with that?
So, side notes. I have no idea what's going on. I've been
All
gone
right.
this whole time.
You've been gone the whole time? Ouch.
Yeah, I never was in.
What?
What?
I thought you were here. Like, I saw you moving things around, and I thought I saw
Yeah,
you in
I
Discord.
at the end of the conversation. So I don't know what's going on about his story or any of that. I caught the end of it.
Okay, just play along for now. Sorry.
So yeah, that's why I'm not talking very much. Just giving you a heads up.
All right, he is the leader of the roofers, and he is a spy and a go-between from the kingdom and this city-state. And he has been leading a faction of survivors that are kind of, if you need it, we'll get it, sort of like a scavenger type faction that try to not take violent action against others. However, he is still an evil bastard, and he's mostly doing this all out of self-preservation because he'd like to continue eating and not die of starvation once everybody's zombies.
So did my intimidation work on him? Or?
Yes, as a matter of fact, he does. He shuts the fuck up really fast, and he's trying to look anywhere but in your eyes right now. Dunnan, he's not going to look at you either, but he's also not shying away.
I may have to piss on him again.
What is that smell? Did someone piss on me?
Which time?
I am a predator. I have an overdeveloped nose. That is a low blow, mister.
You get used to it after a while. He tends to piss on things he wants to mark.
What the fuck? What kind of group of heroes? He looks around like he's trying to find another group of heroes to help him out, but no one's here.
Sister Mina, what do y'all know of the roofers? Is this guy somewhat legitimate of what you can tell?
We trade with them for scraps sometimes. It's Sister Malefites. I've visited a couple of them a couple times, but they try to keep to themselves. I've gotten a bit of scrap metal from them. So if you want something from the city, those are the guys to call. But at the same time, they've been a little bit standoffish lately. I can kind of understand because resources are getting thin. They're trying to look to their own, I bet.
Do y'all see any reason to help him?
There is a good bit of information that he might have being the go-between between the kingdom and all. There's also the fact that we don't know this island as well as they do, probably. But that doesn't mean that I'm ready to trust a stinking vampire at any point in time.
Well, you don't have to trust me. You just have to help me to help yourself. That's how we greater evil types do our thing. We give you something we want, you give me something I want, and eventually I come out on top. But for now, give me something I want. Trust me, it'll be within your purview as a holy man. You'll be saving people, and I'll get to eat.
Well, I'll give you something to eat.
No, please do not do
That-
that. I'm not into little sausages.
Only big ones, huh?
Listen, you live for as long as I have, and you've tried almost everything.
Ooh.
On that note, he does have information. How about this, Vamp? We help you with this, then you help us with our stuff.
What are you here for? I wouldn't mind having some information about you.
We're looking for someone very important, and we're just going to keep it at that.
For now, why don't you tell us what you know of how this plague started?
So this is a rescue mission. Do you have transport off the island? Because it would be a weird thing to come here on a one-way trip to rescue someone.
This is more of an extermination scouting. And I'm looking at you, undead, to begin.
Ah, forget I asked.
That was good, Eki. Extermination.
So, what's it gonna be?
We need more people here before we make any adjustments or any plays. But like I said, I want to know what you know of how this all started on this plague. If I don't get answers I like, vampire starts burning.
Well, go ahead and roll another intimidation check. If you all want to do it together, I will take the highest one that you guys roll, and I will consider him thoroughly intimidated.
Come on, someone throw a good one.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Alex got a good one. All right.
you didn't do bad.
Treader's not bad either. It's like, okay, listen. Being an undead, I have kind of an inside track on learning about these things. This is not my flavor of undead. These zombies are not regular zombies. They're cursed in some way. Do you have any, I don't know, magic-y types with you? Any scholarly types?
Yeah, they'll be back tonight. Don't get any ideas, fuckface.
Listen, I'm doing okay on blood right now. I might need a donation some other time, but not from you. I'll probably get drunk just smelling it. Anyway, this stuff is not the normal sort of undead curse. This is some kind of connected curse. Like it's all of these people that have been infected by this. I can tell their blood is the key to getting them involved with this. It's the thing that's cursing them. But the blood isn't the important part after it's done. It's keeping the nervous system alive. It's like they need their cognitive functions, though they're not using them.
Where did it start?
From what
Surely I would know more.
indeed, the first of my spies to die. I know this because I had a bond with them. The first of my spies to die were in the castle. They were government spies. They were there serving nobles as chambermaids or hookers or whatever else they were doing. They died first. Whatever you're looking for is probably in there. If you're looking to lift this curse, that is.
So the castle?
Bone Fortress, northeast side of the island, I believe.
Right.
And technically, we're right outside the.
I'm not sure if any of you guys have gone and actually looked at what's happening to the magic around us, but it's an insidious sort of curse. It's like it's an incomplete ritual. It's waiting for something to complete its work. I've done a few rituals in my time, and this is incredibly complicated and also incredibly ham-fisted. Like it's somebody didn't know what they were doing, but they were extremely powerful. But
Surely, someone near inside would know more than this. Who would have started this, and why?
none of the people I was spying on started this. I would have known this kind of thing would take a lot of fucking resources. Like, I'm talking about a lot. Like, shipments from all over the world, sort of a lot. If you ask me, somebody either got the resources to do this ritual from off the island in some way that slipped through my little net of spies and the legitimate authorities, or they got their stuff from the dungeon underneath the city.
You seem like the type that would like the cold dark. What can you tell me about the dungeon?
I went down there once. Never again. The place, for what wasn't desolate and empty and terrible for some reason, was infested with all manner of monsters just waiting. Oh, I started going Scottish there. Anyway, fuck it. So I went down there once, was chased out. Remember, I am a vampire spawn. I don't really do the whole combat thing very well. If something that's more powerful than me even looks my way, they don't hesitate to kill me. I'm not sure what you good types do, but us evil types, it's dog eat dog out there. I know that the humans of this city like to pretend that the dungeon doesn't exist anymore, but they dump their trash down there. Their sewer goes down there. Everything that the city does not use goes down into the dungeon, and it disappears. Or you would think so. Something happens to this stuff. And I think if you're looking for something that's causing this curse, look to the castle, look to the dungeon.
Is anyone left still around from the forge?
The forge? That place was overrun one of the first times. The undead that came out of the castle, they swarmed over everything. The Wizards College could barely shut its doors before the whole thing got there. The tower still stands from what I understand, but I haven't seen a wizard in 6 months. I have no idea what they're doing up there, or if they're even alive. The forge, however, it was just full of people that were working. They were people banging on metal and stuff. And the zombies just poured over the whole thing.
Well, guys, we can't make a decision now. We have to wait for the other two to get here.
Sisters, do y'all have somewhere that we can stow this thing safely without it bursting to ash?
Sister
Some kind of-
Malefites looks at the vampire slyly. She's like, I've got a couple ideas. He might survive.
Good enough. It saves you, Treader.
Say we stuff him in a coffin and leave him outside for now.
No, listen, if I stay outside of my coffin, for too long, I will die. I'm going to need to return to my home in Riverside. That's where my house was. I need to go back there and get to that coffin, or I will just wither up. Or I'll become a feral beast and no one is safe.
How long do you have?
Hard to tell with this whole eternal darkness thing, but I'm pretty sure I've been out for a couple days now.
The other one won't kill you, fucker. I'm not letting another roofer out of my damn sight.
In that case, take me with you. I'll fight with you and retake my home with you. Save my people.
Someone put this thing in a birdcage for the night. At least till the ladies get back.
I don't like that idea.
Don't give a shit.
With our help, this is the price. Shut up and do as you're told.
Insight for deception and such?
Yeah.
Okay. You're pretty sure you see real fear in his eyes whenever he's talking about not getting back to his coffin. So that's pretty real. But at the same time, he's got his Dunnan, you know that he's got his own aims trying to return to his home.
What's special about your people right now? Can they not hide like y'all have been?
Hold on, I've got notes on this. Just a second. Listen, if my people die, and there are no roofers going out there on scavenged goods anymore, and they're not able to get things for people, this whole island will probably die. Or the people will get brave and come out of their holes and try to get their own stuff, and that's just a ticket for them to die. My people, the core group, mind you, my agents and such, they are stabilizing influence on the community. The core group of roofers are my best agents. The ones with the speed, intellect, and agility to get around the city without being infected. They taught those skills to other people, and those people can teach to other people. It's stuff that you need in this city right now, and I have them. If you save them, they can save others.
That doesn't mean I have to save you, though. Just them.
You might
You
say
better-
I have some sway over them, and I'm doing my best to keep every one of you alive so that I can have some blood every now and then.
White Sun go. I think we've browbeat him enough. We probably should let it wait for the ladies back to make our decision. But even if we don't decide to help them, he's the only one keeping the roofers together. I bet you they will fall apart without him.
What do you fucking do? A bunch of dead people dying from dead things that used to be people. It's just, I tell you what, y'all make up the ideas. I'm just gonna make sure this fucker doesn't get away till we make a decision.
Well, you do that.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
And no pissing on him yet.
Oh, it'll be more fun than that.
Water sports.
What is
Okay.
that?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
What is that at the top of the map?
Oh, it's nothing. Something that one of you noticed with your passive perception. And whenever you look at it, it tries to run away.
I have 18 passive perception.
18 passive perception. That's bullshit. What? Hold on. No,
No,
you
that's
do
right.
not.
From observant, my feet.
Hold the fuck on. Let me look at that.
Hold the fuck on.
I've
Game changer.
I've been rolling d20s for him
God.
for this whole conversation, and you just now tell me this. Hold on.
So I'm looking at my D&D Beyond sheet because, with the extension, and it's like passive wisdom, perception, 18.
Mine's only 12.
Oh, you just took observant, didn't you? Okay. Hang on. Yep, you're right. It's not accounting for it in your thing. I even have a macro that gives me your passive perception.
So can that be modified or?
Yeah,
not modified?
you notice him. You can tell that it is a kobold in like some raggedy sort of clothes and a little knife, and he was watching you guys, and he tries to run away, and he runs out into the street. You see him down here.
My speed is only 25. Any chance anybody can catch up with that? Maybe Alex. I don't know how fast you are.
Done in probably.
He is, but I got
Yeah,
35.
he's also guarding the vampire.
I'll take over the guard if y'all want to go after him. Was that one of your?
No, I do not employ kobolds. They're weird. Listen, they spend their whole life underground, and I'd rather not deal with them. They're weird little guys. Just you'll find out. You'll find out.
Well, I'm going to take Predator since he noticed him and start heading for the kobold.
Eki, just take your giant silver sword and lay it crosswise cattywampus across the top of the vampire. He won't be able to do anything to get up.
Just take one of my holy relics and set it on.
Okay, so back to the girls. What is your plan at the moment?
Well, we were headed back to the cathedral with
So no carousing first.
I don't know that we had started going anywhere yet. Last time we
Yeah.
left each other, we were still drinking at the table.
Bringing it around.
right.
And her
Right.
putting her backside just to Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puma.
Panther.
Puma ass.
So yeah, she shows you the trick, but she's still wearing pants, so you just see like a tail come out of from down her trouser leg. And she
Are
gets
you
a little
happy to
bit
see me?
she gets a little bit shorter. She's like, "How do you like my panther form?" And she gets up on the table and knocks off one of your drinks because I'm half cat now.
Can I catch it? Can I catch the drink on the way down?
Roll it. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Come on, roll.
Oh, this is not going to be good.
Ah, you catch it.
All right.
She is impressed as fuck, and it helps that she's drunk and she could never do it. She's like, "Ah, yeah," but then she takes the drink out of your hand and drinks it herself. So it seems like she's needed to let loose for a while. And the biggest orc you've ever seen again walks into the bar, Dobu.
Oh wow.
It's like, "Well, I hope you're enjoying the beer and the hospitality. I see you've met Keely."
Like kind of winks at him. Hey.
What kind of doing? What are you doing? Are you flirting with this guy?
No, just winked at him because I grabbed his ass in the middle of my
Oh
battle.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's totally flirting. Anyways,
Let me roll a d20 for him.
Not flirting, just
All right.
grabbing asses.
So he does not handle your wink well. He kind of like shrinks back, and orcs can blush. You find out. So he's like, I see you've met Keeley, and I want you both to know that you are welcome back here anytime you want, as long as you put on a show like that. Also, I wouldn't mind if you joined us in Dauntless.
Well,
that's an
that's the
intriguing
nicest
proposition.
offer I've had all night.
Everyone has to have a home, and Dauntless is one for us. It's our tribe. We're here at the end of the world, making sure that we face death without fear. If you wish to live without fear, you can be with us as well.
Intriguing as that may be, dearest Dobu, we have our own reasons for being here. Unfortunately, that does not align us with the life of the Dauntless.
He looks at you, cocks an eyebrow. It looks a little bit like The Rock if he were green, you know? And he's like, I see. Well, I can't guess as to why you're here, but if you plan to stay for more than a little while, you're going to need a home. And this can be your home if you so choose.
I'll tell you what, Dobu. Maybe when I'm done with my current, we'll call it adventure, then I shall see you about a home.
We are not the entirety of our party, though. But I'm sure they could put on some pretty great antics.
I suspected as much. If you are any indication as to what your party is like, they will be welcome here too. I have few true warriors, but all my men, every single one of them, is brave as hell, and they get their strength from their brothers and sisters here. We will meet our end defiant.
Here, here, and I raise my mug of beer to cheers, Dobu.
When do your men here get out of this area? Do you travel around the island much?
As often as need be. I take volunteers, whoever needs to go out on a supply run, and we do our best to make trouble out there while we're out there. You can tell that most of us like to make noise and attract the dead. We have a bit of a sport with it. If the more dead you attract and the more you kill, the higher your clout, the more things you get to hang off of your uniform.
Ah. Dobu, what can you tell me about the Grove?
I used to go there all the time. I would meet with the faction heads. We would exchange ideas and people and goods, food. The druids used to grow actual vegetables. Tired of these fucking mushrooms. However, that's all gone now. And Keely, she burps and she's like, "Yeah, fuck those guys."
So, I have a question, Dobu. What's your impression of, or what was your impression of the royalty that lived on this island?
Well, for one, I'm quite proud that we had no royalty on the island that ruled the place. We would get visiting dignitaries every now and then, but we had a council that ruled Ossotia. This city was, well, it still is my home, and I guess it'll be my grave as well. But our people did their best to remain independent.
Hmm.
Speaking of independence, what can you tell me about the rest?
The rest, I haven't been there in quite some time. However, I know the keepers are there. They make their home somewhere in there. It was a fairly, well, it was a posh place, if you like that kind of thing. Lots of taverns, lots of whorehouses, and places that sold recreational substances. I never partook myself, And I hope the keepers are well. It's just I haven't seen one in quite some time.
What's the name of the lady we're looking for?
GM, where on the hand-drawn map are we located currently?
Hang on just a second. Let me bring up the map. Ah, why are you so small, map?
It.
It's so small.
Click it.
Okay, I've got the map here. You guys are sort of down here. Oh, wait, on the intersection right here.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys did a little
What's
bit of
the-
traveling to get here.
Right. And where is the church?
The church is over kind of to the east of the rest a bit. I should bring the map back out, huh? Okay.
It's like northeast.
So the church
west.
is about here, I believe.
Okay.
Gotcha. So, yeah, traveling doesn't seem as grueling here as I thought it would be.
You guys haven't rolled any random encounters. Well, not yet.
Yeah.
What's the name of the girl we're looking for?
Brenna. Brenna Toller.
Brenna, okay. So, what about the Tollers, or King Toller? Do you know of anything? Have you heard anything? Any rumors? Anything?
King Toller is a tyrant. I'd rather not deal with him. However, his niece isn't so bad.
So you've met her.
Indeed. I used to meet with her all the time, back when she first became leader of the Keepers and I became the head of Dauntless. We used to meet in the Grove. She was amenable to most things.
You
I
said you
think-
haven't seen any keepers recently.
No. If they had any sense, they would hold up or come and join us. Some people, they seem to be living their lives in fear. I understand that she doesn't have any warriors or people trained to do this kind of thing. We don't have a lot of those either. And look at us. We're out here doing what we have to do and meeting death with honor instead of hiding in a hole somewhere starving to death.
So you really liked working with Brenna, and did you like her enough to send some folks into the rest to maybe see what became of them?
No, I have not sent people to the rest. We do have a couple parties out in the city right now scouting for things and picking up supplies, mostly water, foodstuffs, but we don't go near the rest because we don't want to take what they have over there. They took in the helpless and the weak and the people that are unable or unwilling to fight. They're going to need as much as they can get. I'm sure when resources get more and more scarce, we'll be going further and further afield. But for now, we stay in our territory and they stay in theirs.
What I mean is, would you be willing to join us to go there and see if they're okay, and perhaps broker some sort of alliance to, I don't know how I'm saying this.
Hit him with persuasion, and we'll see how well you have to say this.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure where you're going with all this, Breeze. That's why I'm so quiet.
What I'm trying to do is get their help to go into the rest and find Brenna and make sure they're okay, because he hasn't seen them in a long time. Oh shit.
No, my place is here. You suck at talking. I don't like your words, magic woman.
Apparently.
What do you know about Riverside?
Riverside is one of the places that the rich used to live. That place, well, they tried to hold up in there for quite some time, and it was overrun quickly. However, I think that's where the roofers have taken up residence. And now they've cleared most of the dead out of the place, and they keep the gates shut so that no more come in. It's far as I can tell, it's a pretty nice setup. However, we're not isolationists here. We'd rather go out and meet the dead head on instead of cower in some house and live in luxury.
Tobu, I agree with your sense of honor. I respect it.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Well, have you ever met any of the roofers?
They trade with us from time to time, though they've been keeping to themselves lately.
Anyone in particular?
No, they usually trade with intermediaries. I have a lot on my plate here, and meeting with traders that come knocking on our door and bring things like scraps and metal and foodstuffs that they don't need. That is something I leave to people that actually like to talk.
Not really sure what other information we can get here.
Yeah, if for some reason we are definitely or traveling, and it looks like at some point going to be headed into the rest. If we do find survivors, because like you said, you hadn't um heard from them in a while. If we do find survivors, would you be amenable to us bringing them here?
No, I don't believe so. None of them are actually warriors, and they have a lot of sick and needy. I have a lot of mouths to feed here, and I barely keep up as is.
Yeah, he was definitely not going for that one.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well,
If you find any warriors there, or if some of them have decided to find their spine, you can tell them they're welcome here.
gotcha.
Thank you, Tobu.
If you'll excuse me, I have things to attend to. Boop.
It was nice to meet you.
Nope, he's teleported away.
Boop.
So Keeley is like, where big fucking green man go?
Oh, your drunkenness.
Listen, I have not had a girls' night in a long time. And you guys are just what I needed.
Petra, do you have a place where you think Keely can sleep off some of this booze?
There's nothing but fucking humans around here and it's bullshit.
Is it some companionship that you need, dearest Keely?
She looks you up and down. She's like, maybe. And then she kind of throws up in her mouth a little and is like, oh, maybe next time. Now, Petra, she's like, oh, don't worry about her. Maybe I can carry her on my shoulders. You feel
You
up to a ride.
halfling.
You feel up to a ride, wee one. I can walk.
Do halflings like being carried?
Lead the way. I'll be right behind you.
Well, I suppose we're done here.
So you guys want to head out?
Follow around a little bit more.
Let me go talk to Wood Guy. See
Okay.
if he wasn't very mean than last time, but I'm gonna saunter over with a half mug of beer that Keely didn't finish and slam it on the table in front of what's his name?
Mr. Loggerman, Aspen Loggerman.
Evening, Loggerman. Oh, buddy, old pal partner.
And he looks at you. His eyes are super dull, but like after staring at you for a moment, he recognizes you like, "Ah, Red Lady. Yes, I remember you. Where do I remember you?"
We fought together as partners in the show earlier this evening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was great. I especially liked where I got to hit people with a log.
It was exciting.
So, you doing anything later?
Oh, that depends.
I got wood.
I'm sure you do, my dear, but I have an itch for information. What can you tell me?
I know all sorts of stuff. Why don't you roll a persuasion on him?
Ouch.
I know all sorts of stuff. Like, how pretty you are.
I bet you know a lot about wood. What can you tell me about the grove and the great tree?
Oh, that's a big freaking tree, man. Ah, what I would give to have some wood from that tree. I'd I'd make it into like just the best smashing log. Listen, can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
I I don't know how to work with wood. I just know how to hit stuff with it.
So you're not so good with your wood, except for banging things.
Ah, yes.
Interesting. Do you know these two gents down at the end of the table here?
Yeah, that's Kirby over there. He we went out together one time and he pissed himself.
Seems to
Oh,
be a common occurrence around these parts.
oh, do tell. And the other one?
Well, like, okay, this is a good story. All right, we were in this shop, right? We were trying to look for food and for like glass bottles and stuff to try to carry water, and he went behind the counter, and there was like three gnome zombies. They were like super small, and they were bitey, and they were faster than like the other zombies, and he ran out of the shop and left me to bonk them all with my log. I bonked them all at one time, and when I got back out there, his pants were wet.
Right, so not the most stalwart warrior.
Well, I mean, he's gotten better over time. He's just the short ones really freak him out. Tell you the truth, I mean, the short ones will probably freak you out too. Have you seen that halfling lady over there?
Oh, I think she's adorable.
Ugh. He shudders a little bit.
Um, is Kirby the blonde hair or the brunette?
Blonde.
What about the dark-haired gent? That is a guy, right?
The serving lady?
That's a lady.
Oh, that's a serving lady. I thought that was a different person.
She looked
Sorry.
that mad.
Sitting at the table.
Men do not carry trays of food. That's just how it is.
Yeah. What about this guy behind me?
The lady?
These are all
Ah,
women, except
That's
for
a woman too?
like, bald fat dude is not a woman.
So there's two serving people.
Yeah, you're batting 200 here.
Thank you.
Bro.
All right. I tell you what, there, Woodman. My
It's
mug
Logger
seems
Man.
to be my. Pardon me, Mister. What was his first name?
You get me.
Aspen.
Aspen.
Aspen. There you go.
Listen,
Aspen Loggerman.
It's not my born given name, but I earned this name with my mighty weapon.
My mug seems to be a little dry. Please excuse me for a moment.
You sure?
So- Walk over to the bar and talk to the barkeep.
And he sits down at the
To
bench
him-
over there.
he
He
sits-
just struck out so hard.
I don't know. I might not have been done with him yet.
He can tell it's not going to happen.
What's the barkeep's name?
Bartender.
His name is Boris. I did not just pull that out of my ass.
Hey, hello there, Boris. How goes it this evening?
He kind of like pulls back and goes and spits on the floor.
Dink.
Business is good. You want
For
some more
me.
beer?
I'd love some more.
All right. He takes your mug from you and takes his like dirty ass rag that he's been wiping all the other mugs down with and his filthy hands, and he like wipes the inside of the mug with it to clean it up. Then he goes and gets you some more drink from this keg over here. Hope you like it. Made it myself.
It's divine, Boris.
Yep. Only thing that grows around here anymore is mushrooms. Take what you can get.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
What do you think, guys? You think I should talk to Kirby to see if he knows anything?
And
Like, what kind of information are we trying to get from
I
him?
have no freaking clue. At this point, I'm just kind of shooting aimlessly. I'm just trying to cover all my bases.
I mean, information is key on something that we have no information on.
Yeah.
Point.
All right, I guess I'm gonna go.
I have an idea.
What?
So Lex, like, damn, there's so many people around here. So she just like, she gets up, she goes and stands on the table, like right. I'm trying to ping. Hold on. Right there. She like stands in the middle of the room, and the table, and she's like, "Hey, everybody, how are you?" Wait, hold on, not how are you, but she's like,
T-shirt.
does anybody have anything to tell us about what's going on around in this crazy ass place?
They all. Why don't you roll persuasion here?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you should do a performance, start dancing.
Yeah, it kind of sort of like that, you know.
All right.
Oh.
Good
Really,
persuasion. They all raise their mugs at you, and though they can't quite comprehend what you're trying to tell them, it's just they're like, "Hey, there's somebody that's having a good time."
Okay.
And
All right.
Keely's like, "Oh yeah, this night just got good."
Okay. So I guess that answers that. Nobody has anything really to tell us.
Is there any music in this pub?
No, it's a pretty depressing place because it's like the bar at the end of the world sort of thing.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, mood's not right. We're done here.
I mean, girl dancing on the table.
All right, so you guys
Anyway.
leaving?
Yeah.
Roll a d6 for me so I know what kind of thing that's happening to you outside.
Great.
Go ahead, Bree.
A 6. Let me check here.
He's leaving the bar in a zombie apocalypse all alone.
All right. As you carefully pick your way around, through, and over the streets of Ossotia, you come upon a little street of shops, gently slope down toward you, and the Mudgate, and the Market Street. Thousands of long past tableaus play themselves out before your eyes. A shop owner defending his store, now a shambling corpse trapped inside the shop. A tavern where a small band of the living chose to make their last stand. The burnt shell of a multifamily home collapsed in on itself. Everybody roll a stealth check. Let me roll it for Keely here.
Everybody, as in me and Sam.
Yep. You guys roll a stealthy check.
Oh, Sam didn't do bad. Oh,
Jeez.
Don't worry, pitchers get their clink clink armor on.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
So rolling a 6 wasn't a good thing.
at least it wasn't a critical fail.
It's okay. Sorry.
So, side note, how tall is that halfling? Halfling, like 2 foot?
She's just reaching 3 foot.
That Ripper boy.
Reminds me, like, at the beginning of The Hobbit, whenever they're in Hobbiton, and that little baby girl hobbit with the curly hair. Like, anytime I think of a really short hobbit, I think of her. So cute.
Specifically.
Where the
Yeah,
fuck did I
specifically.
put Keely? Keely.
She's right there.
Oh, there she is. Apprentice Keely, not just Keely. She was in the wrong section. Okay.
I can't even keep track of all of his character sheets. That's a warning. He's
Yeah.
got lots of things.
Okay. So Sister Pitra did pretty well. And Keely did okay. Bree, you're close. But anyway, all right. So you in front of you see a huge horde of zombies. You're not sure how it happens, but you guys come upon a bunch of zombies in the streets. They are just packed like sardines in there. All right. What do you guys choose to do? Right now, the zombies have not seen you, but you can choose, but a couple have like kind of started to shamble your way. What do you want to do?
Or is there a map or no?
Until you tell me what you want to do, I don't know.
Well, is there like, are there buildings or anything we can?
Okay, you're on a street with shops and such. There's buildings to run into. There's side streets you can go down. You can try to find a bottleneck and fight. You can do all sorts of stuff to distract things. It is up to you. Tell me your plan.
At this point, I think we should throw a sound spell in a different direction as to lead the horde away from us and continue back to the church.
Yeah, especially since spells are a little few and far between right now.
Well, Sam's got all his back.
Well, my spells are few and far between then.
And the halfling is still fairly inebriated.
Yeah, actually, I do have quite a few
Plus
spells. I
crossbow.
think I only used. Yeah, I think I only actually have used magic missiles, so I'm good on spells. But I agree.
All right. So which spell, which person?
I have minor illusion, but I think you do too, Sam. Right?
Yeah.
So okay, if you want to figure out kind of what you can do here, why don't you guys both roll a perception check and you can see what your surroundings are made of, okay?
Okay. Yeah, my range on that illusion's only 30 feet, so
Couldn't you use your magic hand to like break a window down the road?
possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, roll perception.
Yes. Madam Claptrap, you see that there are some unbroken windows. Some of the shops have signs that are hanging on for dear life, and there is one oh Bree, you see one particular shop, looks like an alchemist place with like a big fuck off bell like hanging above it. That is it's hanging by a rope, and like it's about the size of Keeley, and
Wow.
like a broken window or a falling over table or the falling bell could serve as good distractions to draw off the undead.
Does the bell have a clapper?
Yes, it is a bell.
I know, but you were saying falling bell. Why can't it be a clanging bell?
Sure, you can clang the bell.
How far away is it?
It's down the street.
Is it close enough for us to magic it?
Probably.
Cool.
I will make you roll for this though.
My minor illusion's only 30 feet. Mage hand is. Oh, sorry, didn't mean that. Mage hand is 30 feet. Prestidigitation's 10 feet.
Use your crossbow.
Yeah, I could do that too, which is like 120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aim for the rope, or hit it with one of
Hit
the
it.
boys.
So I'm gonna call this beforehand. If you're gonna shoot your crossbow, that's fine. You're gonna have to roll like a DC 13, like on your attack roll with your crossbow.
You're drunk.
I'm that drunk. I'm a slow drinker.
I'm not thinking.
If you're gonna aim with a crossbow, it'll be 13 or above. You can also aim with a spell, and that'll be 13 or above. If it's an attack.
I'm confused.
If you want to fuck with the bell, you want to hit it with something, right? I'm gonna make you roll above a 13 on whatever it is you're doing.
Gotcha.
Right.
So roll a DC 20 and above 13, we hit it. So With a crossbow, though, if we hit it, there wouldn't be any blowback, right? Because if I would just miss.
Right. Your crossbow makes a little bit of sound, so there's risk. Don't worry, I'll roll for you in the background.
You got them fancy noise arrows.
Does she?
No,
Pick those up.
I didn't get any arrows.
Nobody got the heavy crossbow or the cloak or the roll table for our stuff yet for our last loot run.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's all in Ecky's void.
yeah.
Inside
Um,
your prison pocket.
No.
Waiting for everybody to get back together so we can roll on that last
Yeah.
encounter.
So we need to dish all that out, which would have been
So-
really.
I just need my health. 'cause
Well,
I'm
you-
about to-
Roll some dice.
You were busy dying, so
So what do you think, Sam? You want me to try the crossbow first?
Or you can just sneak away.
So we would use the crossbow to try and ring the bell. And if I miss,
I'll make you roll a stealth check if you miss. And if you fail the
Great.
stealth check, you will have the horde on you.
wonderful. But even if we cast a spell, we'd have to roll above 13.
Well, just remember that your spell attack modifier is much better than your dexterity modifier for your crossbow. You're more likely to hit with a spell.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get
let's just use
this
Mage Hand.
stupid thaumaturgy to work. How do I get it
No,
to
it's
work
fireball.
on the?
Well, thaumaturgy, you can go ahead and do that. Let's see. Voice booms cause flames. Does that have to be centered on you or no?
Well, the voice boom, of course, is me, but like I can cause flames to flicker or change color, harmless tremors in the ground. You can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice
Range 30
within
feet.
range 30 feet. So basically, and then down at the bottom it says you instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. I could probably use that to push the bell to make it have sound.
Yeah, I mean, I could use Mage Hand to do that
Okay. And Keely, she's like, what we sitting around here for? What we doing?
too. We're avoiding that huge horde of zombies because you're too drunk to fight.
And she goes, shh, 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 shh.
So, anyways, I use thaumaturgy to make the bell start ringing.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a d20. Yep, you're good. The zombie's passive perception was bad enough to not see you. All right, so the bell starts ringing. The horde all turns their eyes toward it. They don't move anywhere because they don't recognize any prey, but they're definitely moving away. So you guys go ahead and you can start running away from this one. And you make it back to the church.
Yay.
Guys, I gotta pee. Let me take a little break here. Hold on. I'll be back 5 minutes.
Cool. All right, group. So we kind of need to powwow a little bit because I feel like we're all kind of running around a little bit lost as to what direction the group wants to take. I don't know if Pato was trying to keep us separated to go on our own little quest chains, but it feels like the group wants to try to get back together. Do we want to side quest a whole bunch and level up? And when I say side quest, I mean go do the roofers thing, investigate the grove, maybe go kill all the jackal dudes, or maybe go up northeast to the mage tower. Because the main objective of this whole thing is the leader of the keepers, and I don't know how easy it's going to be to get her away from the rest of her people, although from all the reports that we have, They're not fighters.
And they haven't been seen in a while.
Yeah, so who knows if they got taken over yet or something.
I don't think we had to stick with the original thought of getting with their vampire and going for the roofers people, and then maybe go to the grove afterwards.
Yeah, we could level up, and the more people we have helping us, the easier it would be to finish it.
So
This
Yeah,
is
I
going
have a
fate.
feeling the rest is not going to be very easy.
make as many alliances and gain more party members that we could possibly use as cannon fodder later on.
Exactly.
This is the second time we've come in contact with the roofers, so I think they.
I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah, help the roofers.
So as you guys were doing your thing, these guys are chasing this kobold, right?
I need to know how to roll my little die to get a little bit of health back before I come fight this thing. I don't know
Okay.
about
We haven't had a
You've had
have
a
we?
you've had a short rest. You can roll your hit die. It's right underneath. It's right underneath your HP itself. There you go, Dunnan. You rolled a 6, so you can add 6 to your health. I guess I can do that.
Done.
There.
Dun, dun,
Okay.
dun, dun.
So, Cody, you being a very fast monk man, and Treader, you running alongside him, huffing and puffing. You guys have caught up to the kobold. What do you want to do?
We'd like to try and trip it up with thrown hand axe.
Okay, so
With a what?
you roll in for non-lethal damage or something?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, critical fail.
Roll an attack with it.
And I would also like to, yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, so the axe leaves your hand, spins through the air, goes between his legs, and like he catches one of his ankles on the axe handle, and that causes that particular foot to trip his other foot. And he's like, ah, ah, ah! And he falls on his face onto the cobblestones.
So is this kobold talking in Draken or in common?
He's talking common. Well, he said, ah, so
I would have laughed. He would have fell on his knife.
So he's knocked prone?
he's knocked prone, but let me roll for him right quick. Let me roll his acrobatics. It's good.
He got back up, didn't he?
So he gets back up and turns towards you guys. Dunnan, what do you want to do during this time?
I want to grab the little fucker to bring him back to the group.
All right. Do you want to I think you're going to want to do an athletics check to wrestle him. So go ahead and do that. And it will be against his athletics, which he is never going to win that. Holy shit.
No, kobolds have -1.
Yeah. You have successfully hugged yourself a kobold. It's like, oh, no, Kibo, no go, no, Kibo. And he's like kicking his little feet, and it's like super pathetic. He's only like 2 or 3 feet tall. And he's doing his best, but you're way too strong, you big burly man. No, please.
Me or die.
No, Kibo, no die. Yes. Hello. I like you.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Watching.
Or
I'm watching you.
Why?
for who?
For Kibo.
Is Kibo associated with anyone? You with a group?
No, Kibo alone.
Why Kibo like us?
I don't know. Kibo not very good kobold. Kibo like you though.
Kibo like pain?
No, Kibo no like pain.
Kibo better follow us, or Dunnan will squeeze out the life of him.
Oh, okay.
Bringing you back to the group. they can decide what happens to your little scaly ass.
Okay.
So we're all back here.
Let's put you guys back in the thing.
I retrieved my hand axe, by the way.
Okay, cool. So Kibo, like once you get him into the light, you can tell he's like a sort of brownish red, scaly kobold. He's got a couple hairs coming out of his ears. He's super skinny, and he looks pretty frightened to be among you right now. But yeah, he's not as frightened as he might be.
Where's your clan, Kobold? I've
Kibo,
never seen one.
Kibo, bad kobold. Kibo have no clan. Kibo alone.
Well, you guys brought some bunny. Sounds like you've been having a fun night. Hi, Kibo.
Oh,
Fingers and jerky.
hello, Miss Lark. Hello, Miss Claptrap.
Wait, how do you know my name?
Oh, Kibo know you all.
Ow.
I watch.
How long have you been following us, Kibo?
He was the thing we missed the night of the roofer initial engagement.
Kibo following you for whole night, all night.
Why?
Sungo Frog, you don't see anything particularly insightful here.
Why have you been following us, Kibo?
I don't know.
I bet you do know.
I don't know.
Can I roll persuasion?
Sure. Looks like everybody else is rolling intimidation and persuasion. Why not? Okay.
Crit that.
Nice one, Bree. Okay. So everybody kind of bows up on Kibo and kind of gathers around him, and Bree is playing the good cop, right? Bree, why don't you try to persuade him?
Kibo, my love, can you tell me why you've been following us all night? It would make me very happy.
Oh yeah. Kibo like you.
Claptrap lights her hand on fire as to use it as a bad cop-ish type of role.
Kibo kind of flinches away. His eyes are not used to the light very well, and he squints really hard, like he's trying to close that particular eye.
Kibo,
Sorry, go ahead.
Kibo, where did you first see us?
Oh, Kibo see you on wall.
And what made you like us so much?
You kill Goblin. Goblin awful. Goblin smelly and also stupid.
What did the goblin do to you?
Nothing.
Never trusted a kobold. I've seen many of them kill many people on battlefields. They're never without their clan. I don't trust it.
Oh, Kibo used to live underneath the city. But no more. Kibo dungeon born. Kibo, the surface now belong to Kibo.
I see.
Could Kibo
There's
lead
more
us back to the dungeon?
What's that?
Could Kibo lead us back down to the dungeon that he came from?
Oh yeah, why?
Can we get through
why?
this going through the dungeon?
Something? You find lots of something down in dungeon.
Does Kibo have friends in dungeon?
No, nobody like Kibo. Kibo clan say Kibo weird and stupid. But Kibo know they stupid.
What makes him stupid, Kibo?
Kibo not great kobold. Kobolds like to be together. Kibo like to be alone. Kobolds have great magic. They born with it. They have magic inside them. Kibo understand the magic.
So Kibo can cast spells?
Oh yes, Kibo, great wizard.
What's your
Have
favorite
you gone-
spell, Kibo?
Oh yes. I like to go poof. I cast poof. And he is suddenly over here. Poof!
Blink.
Kibo poof.
Kibo, come back here right now.
Okay.
Almost received attack of opportunity from Redman.
Kibo, no poof. Not yet.
Kibo used that one. Kibo no poof.
Other spells besides poof?
Oh, many, many spells. I've been watching for some time. Yes, yes, yes.
Kibo, do you know how the zombies got here?
Oh, yes, yes. Kibo see magic in the air.
Do you know who put all that magic in the air?
Yes,
Who would that be?
great big one. Big God. Rom.
Rom.
As
Rom.
in
The
God, his greatsword.
yeah.
Rom do it. Or maybe Rom did do it. Rom no do it this time though.
Well, who did it this time?
This Rom spell. Rom spell, very good, very big. Big Rom spell. But Rom not here to do it.
Did somebody else do Rom spell?
Yes,
Who's the somebody?
humans.
Where was
Humans.
It's humans.
Did they do it at the big tree?
No,
Did they do it at the castle?
Mage Tower?
no.
Where did they do it?
They do it in dungeon. Dungeon.
I
My
see.
former home. Now Kibo rule the surface.
You know exactly where they did.
You've been doing a fine job of it, Kibo.
No, don't know exactly. It's just down there. Humans been dumping things forever. And Rom spell, now poof, but big poof.
Are there still people down there that did the spell?
People? No.
Who
Did they
stole
turn
the
into
spell?
the zombies?
No people.
Who pooped the spell?
Oh, humans. Pink ones.
Did they die from the spell?
Most of them, yes.
Pink as in naked?
No. Like you. No, not like you. Like this one. Pink. Squishy.
Squishy.
No
Were
scales.
they
No
elves?
scales.
Elves?
No. Humans. Humans.
I'm a half elf, so close enough.
Pink like you.
What other creatures are in the dungeon besides kobolds and humans?
Oh, many, many creatures.
Like
Trolls. Goblins. And he spits on the ground. Also, worse things. Deep dungeon. Kibo, try not to go down there.
Kibo, if you've been following us since the wall, and you must have seen us fight that big evil shambling mound, right? Why wouldn't you have helped us?
Big squishy thing?
Mm-hmm.
You do fine.
People. Since you know
Barely.
that, are there entrances and exits besides the one at the water plant?
Yes.
Many more.
Many. Like this many. And he holds his hands out really wide and he seems really proud of himself.
are there any
The
here?
entrances you can take.
I'm sorry. What? One at a time.
Peggy?
Do you know the passages that we could take safely to avoid things? Is that how you've been traveling?
He looks up for a moment. He says, yes. Kibo, no surface. No surface. Surface is mine. the great wizard Kibo, now rules this city.
So you're saying here we have a guide that we use the dungeon to get to anywhere. Mostly with the zombies.
And he
So
kind of
Kibo.
like he's taken aback a little bit, like I don't know. He's he looks a little scared. He's a little cowardly.
Could
Kibo, we see we're glad that you like us, and we like you too. Do you think you could show us where to go that's safe?
Yes.
Does Kibo mean us harm?
No. Your new clan. My first subjects. Subjects.
I'm sure that means what you think it means, Kibo.
First subjects. King Kibo. Like you.
Do I need
Well-
to keep on a leash?
We'll let you think that, Kibo.
Yes, yes, I will.
So,
Kibo
Kibo,
stuff. Entrances.
we were thinking about what were we thinking about? Going to help the
Riverside.
Ask Kibo if he's seen our peoples. The one we're
Still haven't had Chuckle Nuts over there tell us if he's going to agree to our agreement. He'll help us find someone if we help him.
We'll find several things for us. Because if he can get us materials, there's many things that we could do.
True.
Kibo, have you seen a group of people called the Roofers?
Cloaky people? Yes.
We'll go with that. Are they in trouble? Have you seen them recently?
Been with you mostly. I see you fight. I see you fight those people. Bad people. I like you, not them. They are not my subjects.
Well, do you think you could help us go help them?
He puts his head up for a second and kind of taps on his chin. You can tell it's kind of a learned gesture. The kobolds don't really do that, but he seems to have been hanging around with humans and humanoid type surface dwellers for a while. Yes.
Alright. So
King-
we're in agreement. Then.
King Kibo, take care of his subjects.
Take the filthy vampire and go help his people. We in agreement with this or not, peoples?
Hey, I'm all for it. I want to help as many people as we can. And Leah wasn't so bad.
Well, I suppose, and I shake my hand, putting the fire out.
Any of you war maidens coming with us?
Okay. Sister Mina pipes up. She's like, we have responsibilities here. If we leave this place under strength, our charges will probably die. And Sister Pitra, she's a little worthless right now. Oh, lay off it. It's just a little beer.
Oh yeah, I forget that we're still like in the night. We should probably rest until the morning before we go, so that everyone gets their spells back and everyone is ready and recouped and ready to go.
Please, go save my people. Don't rest first. They're dying over there.
I only have my one spell that's used. My magic missile one was the only one that's used. So I'm okay.
I'm not. I'm down below. I've only got 2 spells left.
We need a battle strategy, vampire. And we need to know the lay of the land before we can make a cognitive attack. Otherwise, we'll be just throwing ourselves into cannon fodder. And I will not have that go down.
Listen,
We also have a very drunk halfling.
Yeah.
listen. I think she's just gonna sleep that off here. If you want to come back and get her, that's fine. But she looks a little worse for wear.
Halfling warrior.
We haven't even asked her if she would come with us, so.
I will. Wake her up.
She's drunk.
She's like, that's a big dwarf right there. You want to see my pussy form?
Every chance I get.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You probably do.
Well, here it comes. Let me roll for her. The fuck? Why is she rolling advantage? Okay. She rolled an 8. One moment. So her roll was not so good. She does like this, and then falls over on the carpet. I can't do it. I can't do it with you watching.
I don't do it in the dark.
So I'm a little confused. Are we trying to run out the door to the roofers now, or are we going to do a rest thing?
Yeah, we need. Bubba needs to rest.
Kibo
But if
will
we-
Kibo's on guard. No worries. I will keep you all safe.
I wouldn't go and fight, but I only have 2 spells left, and only one of them's healing. So
No, let's just go ahead.
A few spells.
If we believe that Kibo won't kill us in the night or run away, that's fine. But the last time we went to sleep, our roofer got away. So this is going in a bird cage.
Before we do any kind of rest, let's divvy out the loot and decide who's going to take turns staying watch.
I will watch Clan Kibo keep you safe.
Kivo, as much as we appreciate that, I'm not quite sure you've earned a spot on our guard roster quite yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I sleep.
the king is not guard.
So Kibo just goes and plops down the pew and falls asleep almost instantly. He seems to trust you guys for some reason.
Lark, keep an eye on your pet lizard.
Okay, I'll take the
Well,
first watch
Tells
then.
you that you're good with those.
So
Apparently.
which one of the sisters said that they had a spot for the vampire? We can have her watch him, sister Malefice.
Okay, Sister Kron is like, oh, I'll watch him. I make no promises. Alex, you come back alive. We can slay him together.
Wouldn't miss it.
Wait,
So-
this is watch him for the night, not watch him for
Oh,
our
Well,
trip.
she walks
Because-
past Alex and slaps him on the ass.
Alex and Kron have an evening together coming up, so
Sister Mephitis or whatever, Mel.
Just Sister
Sister-
Mel. Just
Sister
Mel.
Mephistopheles.
Yeah.
Sister Mel Gibson. Begin.
Sister
Has
Mel.
a spot that she could keep him where, he may or may not survive, but I was okay with that.
Oh, I've got some special manacles. No changing into bats for this motherfucker. We'll keep him here.
Like this
We'll
one.
keep him, get a rest, and then give you out loot.
Thinking we were gonna need Claptrap for the bondage.
Listen, I'm not sure if you're giving me the respect the leader of the roofers deserves. I can get you things.
Well, you're gonna get us things regardless, dude.
It's regardless, not irregardless.
I didn't say irregardless. I said regardless.
We all heard you.
I didn't say irregardless.
I pull out my holy symbol, walking
no.
back toward.
Did you create an attack just to pee on people? And it's got advantage?
And it has advantage. You've been drinking for a while.
He's like, God, no! Fine.
So we,
Shut the fuck up, half bat.
so
We wait 8 hours.
You know what?
Plan, and then
You know how I know you're an alcoholic? There's no water in this piss, otherwise it would hurt me.
Your blessing his fist as it's coming out.
That's funny.
Do I need to make a roll for that, John? I want to bless Cody's piss as it comes out.
Oh God.
That would kill him. No, don't.
All right, hold on. Is this a touch spell or is it area effect? I want to
Do
know.
area effect. I'm just going to do a
Oh,
ceremony.
thank God I don't have to describe that. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and bless it. You can make
you
it
need
holy
to-
piss.
Bless the sack.
You need
Just
to
let
reach
it-
out and grab his wine.
You stick your finger right up his prostate.
That's
I use ceremony on him.
is that how that works?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so the vampire starts to
Bless-
smoke
bless
from your piss attack, and he loses 10 HP. All right, so we're gonna put him outside. I kind of feel bad for him. I want to keep him away from you people. You're war criminals. Holy sack. Okay, divvy up the loot and do your rest, and we'll get moving.
We need to know the loot table for the guys that we encountered last time.
Ah, yes, it's in the tables. Let me show it to you. Oh,
Hey,
okay, it's at the bottom
so-
under church encounter.
I've recently had my prostate painted.
That one.
What a
On
taste.
the rollable table.
Yeah, I only see Goblin Encounter.
Let's see as well.
Oh, hold on. Let me take a look at it. Oh, my bad. Yeah, now you can.
So everybody rolls.
Yeah, everybody roll once from there.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling from the loot table for last encounter.
Ooh, the pit fighter's cleaver.
Ah. Completely lost. I've been looking for this loot table. Where's that?
3 lines by the cogwheel on the top right. You have the music symbol, then the 3 lines, and that 3 lines.
Ah.
All right, so
In our church.
Scale
So-
mill?
Goblin or church.
church.
50 gold.
Ooh.
Wow, done.
Jangle jangle, bitches.
All right, so you have the hunter's crossbow and the cloak of folding light. Still, that somebody needs to take. Somebody that's proficient or needs crossbows for range damage would be.
I don't think I can use that one because it's a heavy crossbow.
No one wants it, I'll take it. Because I've got no range, nothing.
All right.
Yeah, I got
Didn't you
it.
say David could use it though?
What?
The
It is,
crossbow.
But
Dude, Wang there. He needs a range.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
It
Where
has,
are we seeing this?
it's the loot that you guys got from the hunter, my returning boss that you guys killed right away.
obliterated.
Yeah.
Is there a list where? Because y'all started talking about a crossbow. I don't see that crossbow anywhere.
It's not from this
It's
loot
in that.
table. It was from the last time.
Oh,
And if you look under the second tab under handouts, it'll be down there at the bottom. Hunter's crossbow and cloak of folding light. He told us about them the last time.
Because you have the eater scabbard. I've got the
okay, right.
sword of Rom. David and Lark have the spell beads.
And now chainmail.
Yeah,
Or
two
scale
pieces of
mail.
chainmail.
Scale.
Yeah, 2 scale mails, a simple spear, a potion of healing, a pit fighter's
How do I
cleaver.
find out more information about the scale mill? Like,
If you go to the compendium up on top, like the little eye with a circle around it, you can look it up in there. Type in scale mail.
Really interested in the cloak, but if someone else needs it, that's fine.
With whoever takes it, I don't need it.
I was gonna say, probably you or the Madam of the Night probably need it more than the rest of us.
It's got that quick disengage, so you can get away from people.
Yeah, and the stealth. So if I could do illusion magic and be stealthy about it, maybe.
Gives you +8 to stealth, which is pretty significant.
Yeah.
I will take one.
We only have one.
Who needs some?
I mean, Sungo Frog rolled scale mail, and
Oh,
Alex
you can take
rolled
yeah.
scale mail.
You can take. I'll trade you the scale mail for the pit fighter cleaver, Sam.
Well, hold on now. I had a question about the cleaver.
Okay.
GM, can I enchant the cleaver with my scabbard?
That is a good question.
It's cleaver because I don't see it anywhere.
As long as he can put the tip in.
Remember, we're gonna do the arrows and stuff. We're gonna test that out, and bullets.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
I did not make a handout for the cleaver. Hang on, I'll do that right now.
Regular cleaver.
So, Lark, you need some armor?
I will give Matt Trap my scale mail.
I mean,
You-
chances are I'm going to give it to you. I just, if there's something super special about it, and it's shiny.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah, I don't know that I have like
It's
armor
armor.
proficiency or anything.
It's
I
medium
looked up to
armor.
12.
Yeah, you have to still have proficiency in medium armor to wear it.
Yeah, I don't have any like armor proficiencies or anything. But the cloak I should be able to wear, right?
The cloak is just like clothes. It doesn't provide you anything but whatever the stats are.
Yeah.
So, if I don't want this thing, you just leave it.
You can give it to
No,
me. I'll put it in my bag.
No, I'll give it to the little lizard guy over there as a
Perfect.
present.
He literally can't wear it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he would probably
Stretch
just die under its weight.
So, how this guy's only like 3 foot?
Yeah, he's very weak.
He's smaller than the halfling.
They have a very bad habit of getting into fights with goblins and gnomes. They absolutely hate gnomes. So
How do I
can't even
put
wear
this cloak in my inventory?
You would have to manually enter it.
Cloak of Folding Light.
So, you can have the scale mail, or I'm just gonna throw it on the ground.
Yeah, I'll put it in my bag. In
His
case
bag
somebody,
puts stuff in another dimension.
as long as we don't exceed the weight limit of 600 pounds, then it
Okay,
becomes very.
I whipped up a pit fighter cleaver thing, and I've just shown it to you.
Would you like or somebody else want something with some slashing damage?
I mean, yeah, who wants it? Who would best have use of it of the fighters?
It'd probably either be Jim.
Probably be Dunnan because all he has is that scythe, and I think that pit fighter cleaver does more damage, right?
Yeah.
1d6 and then a 1d4 if the target can bleed.
And I don't think a scythe is anything but a 1d6, right?
Cody?
It's a sickle, right?
Is it sickle? Okay.
The sickle is. Oh, god damn it.
That's only a 1d4.
1d4, yeah.
Yeah, probably
give it to
Cody.
Cody.
Give it to Cody.
If he's still there,
Alright. Yeah, I'm here.
I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay.
Jim, you gonna hold on to your simple spear?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else would particularly benefit from it.
Not unless you're just throwing it.
Yeah, if I'm going to use it, it's going to be in a ranged way. I mean, I'm proficient with using it, but it's not going to be worth switching out my axes.
Cody, you have so many alcohols that you can do.
John, you were saying that the great sword of Ram can be used as a spear, correct?
Yes, it can be used as a piercing weapon. Hang on, let me look at my handout here.
What would damage beyond that if I started doing that with a shield or dual wielding them.
Well, the Great Sword of Rom is a two-hander, but
Well,
you
you
can
said
couch it like a lance.
okay. Well, if you couch it like a lance, then that becomes a one-hander. Then, and would it then take, say, from great weapon or polearm mastery?
If you couch it like a lance, I'm going to have you move for every attack that you try to use it on.
Okay,
Like, you got to build up some speed, you know what I mean?
so charger, kind of.
Yeah.
Sorry, it told me I was disconnected, so I'm getting out and back in.
So we got 2 skills. Cody's going to take the Pit Fighter's Cleaver.
And
David, what kind of
Kibo is just snoring away on the pew still. He's getting
David's
all the
back.
rest.
yeah? Shredder is gonna move over between the pews opposite of Kibo and start meditating.
I'll take first watch. Watch Kibo.
All right, Bree, what's your passive perception? Or are you going to roll active perception?
My passive perception, I believe, is 12. Sorry, I'm relaunching the game because I got disconnected from it for some reason.
It's okay. I've got it right here. Lark, passive perception of 10. Ew.
It says 12 on my
Ew.
sheet. It says 12 on my sheet.
Oh, does it?
Hold on. Yeah. I can't. I'm
Do
having
a
a hard
stat
time
increase.
logging back in. Hold on.
Try
Oh, that's why. Hold on. Okay. My my VPN for work was still connected.
Oh, no.
I think that's part of the reason. Okay. My passive perception is 12.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I have that incorrect in my little sheet here. Okay. So I just rolled the d20 for you. Nothing comes around during your watch, Bree.
And while everyone's resting, since I don't need rest, I'm gonna get some rations and take it over to Sunshine over there and spend some time with her.
Aw, Sunshine. She even has a nickname.
All right. You hand her the ration, and she takes it from you like a soldier. You know, she nods at you respectfully, like, "Oh yeah, this guy knows what I like." Roll a charisma.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Claptrap looks
Oh
at
no,
Uh-oh.
The girl's there. He wants to do them.
I have 0 charisma.
You
So,
just did a Christmas save. What's
all
that?
right, it's
Oh, it's a Christmas save. So wait a minute.
I think you hit the wrong button, Pato.
yeah, just click charisma.
That was a charisma saving throw, I thought.
Nine, not that much better.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you hand her the food. She nods at you, and I guess you try to give her like a little wink, but something gets caught in your eye, and she thinks it's kind of cute, but she also tries to look away, like try to give you your dignity as well.
Aye.
I was just gonna give her the food.
Sorry, I didn't mean
I
to
got
RP for you. That was dumb.
sausage.
How do I add that stealth to my character sheet?
You'll have to add it manually in your roles. I mean, I guess you could go in there and add it in your character
As
sheet.
a, I was gonna say, just make a cloak and give it +8 to stealth, and then equip it. I guess.
For now, just add it manually. We can always go through it later. If you guys want to leave now, since you are considered rested.
Jim, did you get my
Aw.
What's that, Decky?
something for John if he saw something.
Dungeon World God. Check out my Hunter's Crossbow and Pit Fighter's Cleaver and see if they're broken or if they work that way or what the deal is.
Let's see.
In my shitty.
I will look in your shit.
The corn.
Yeah, let me just see here. I'm checking it, comparing it to the handouts and stuff.
Claptrap wants in on this. Look at a party.
On what?
You wear your pretty little head. We're gonna play a little game called Who's in My Mouth. You're
Oh,
not
Jesus.
Oh my god.
No, I'm over here trying to seduce Pitra. And the halfling.
1 second.
like I said.
I cannot be seduced at the moment. I'm doing this whole sheet thing.
I know, I've been waiting patiently this whole time.
Made her to wake up. She said she was going to show me her whole something.
All right, so what's our plan of action here, people?
Quarterstaff.
We're going to go towards the roofers now. Take the vampires. If the dear Lord Game Master of all will allow me to do my secret things, though.
Okay, hang on.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sam, your health should be back to full now.
Take out the clap.
Still should be large since we had a long rest.
All your spells and hit dice come back.
And hit points. And just so everyone's on the same page, my XP is 4349. Is yours the same?
Yes.
Yep.
You can get XP from the last battle. Yet.
Wait, what is yours?
4349.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, Eki. I'm going to have to do it offline, though. All right?
All right.
All right, so now.
Well, I don't know if I need to make any kind of sleight of hand or anything before you try. I'd try doing.
Oh, let's see. Yes, go ahead. Sleight of hand and then a stealth check, please.
He's touching somebody's butt.
Stealth was good. So you missed on the first one, but you stayed stealth. You can go ahead and roll again on your sleight of hand. If you fail this one, you'll get found out.
Damn.
Oh. Yeah, Sungo Frog, you want to RP? You fumbling this?
So as we're handing out the loot to Dunnan, I started kind of trying to mess with the cleaver a little bit, and also while Lark wasn't looking, I was starting to fiddle with her bird's eyes and do some tinkering with it. Its eyes now glow brightly at 5 feet,
Okay.
and Dunnan's cleaver will now make a special noise when he pulls it out.
Go ahead and pull out your cleaver, Cody.
It's happening.
If I can
Dunnan,
send
Dunnan,
the file.
Dunnan, Dunnan, Dunnan. Dun 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 dun
Oh,
dun
yeah.
dun
Oh,
dun.
yeah, this is
Dunnan,
happening.
Dunnan, Dunnan.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It makes
I
that
don't
sound.
even have-
Oh, I didn't hear it. Dang it.
Dunnan, Dunnan, Dunnan. Dunnan, Dunnan, Dunnan. Dun dun
Nice.
dun 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 dun. Dunnan, Dunnan, Dunnan.
I approve.
I'm damn cattle.
You're our jukebox now.
And now Birds has bright light 5 feet and dim light at 5 feet, additional 5 feet on its eyes. So you have a walking little light.
Nice. That's
Okay.
gonna make stealth. Can I turn it off for stealthy operations?
No,
No,
Nope.
my
You have to
potion
hide
is
it
too strong for you, traveler.
Your bird needs
What?
some sunglasses.
Yeah.
Madam Claptrap, go ahead and seduce me.
So Cloudtrap walks over to Pitra and pulls a small flask out of her bodice, takes a swig, and hands it to Pitra. And says, "Hey, darling, while everyone's resting, maybe we could take this little girl's night to a little bit more private place."
Oh, yeah, I thought you never asked. And she takes a swig from the flask. She's like, oh, it's warm. Where did you keep this?
Why don't we go to a little bit more secluded area, and I'll show you where I keep it.
I'm just imagining her like motorboating Claptrap.
What? My wood theme song.
You know, I'd like to see that. Okay. So I want you to take an sleight of hand and an acrobatics check, and I'll tell you how you did.
Sleight of hand.
Yes, sleight of hand, Bree.
The Madam
Ooh,
fit.
Oh
and
no.
acrobatics.
Oh no.
So, okay, you were about average, but at the same time, she has been pretty hard up. You know, she lives with a bunch of nuns, so she'll take what she can get. What she can get. So
Really?
as you
charisma-
leave, and she's putting on her like power armor gauntlet, she gives your ass a squeeze, and it's really hard, and it's a little uncomfortable.
Oh, watch that power armored hand there, darling.
So hold on, I gotta roll. See how Sister Pitra did.
You asked, does Sister Pitra have the burning sensation now?
She's
Got
got the
that
clap.
crap.
Let me make her rolls here. It was that and sleight of hand.
So only we would go to the church to get some nookie. Like seriously. Like we ever need a rest, we'll go to the church to get laid.
You brought me one. We're about the same height.
Okay, sleight of hand,
Okay.
acrobatics. Oh, she was much
Ooh.
better than you. Like
Oh,
a really good lay. You leave satisfied and
Yeah.
Inspired to do good. Like your outlook on life is much better now, and you now have the inspiration bonus in your character sheet.
Oh.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, she fucked you and gave you a bonus.
Hell yeah.
Well damn, now
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
gave
be
her
a
the
slut.
clap.
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to say this shit to make it hard world to see what she gets.
This worked out here.
You could have inspired her, but you failed.
Roll the dice to see if I do them.
Okay, so are you guys ready to leave?
Yes,
Mhm.
let's leave this church of ill repute.
All right. Everybody get yourselves
This one.
together over here so I can click and drag on all of you.
Don't forget
Oh,
to bring the
Vampire, the Cobalt.
halfling.
Wait, did we want to bring the halfling?
Oh, we
Ooh.
need help.
You're up right now.
He's still probably drunk.
I'll bring the halfling.
Guess we
Okay.
should ask her, huh?
But I think Dunnan was fixing to try to get some halfling action.
Oh,
Pick her
jeez.
up
Oh shit.
with us.
Okay, so Dunnan has picked up the halfling. She is snoring as she bobs around on his shoulder.
Oh,
I don't think she knows that she's going with us.
Well, she's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
know
all
it
right.
when she wakes up.
she'll figure it out.
Okay, so Kibo takes you through like a whole bunch of little areas. A bunch of you have to like crouch down and like shimmy between things and sometimes take off your armor to go between buildings. He's a kobold, so he's super small. But he finally gets you here without any muss or fuss, no random encounters.
Is the vampire with us, or
women.
The vampire is not with you. I thought you were keeping him there.
Just
But-
for our rest. He needs to be with us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I
Hold
was
on.
gonna-
I'll go get him. Hang on.
Because we're needing to.
Hey,
Yeah.
Artificer.
Who's that guy?
Sungo Frog.
what you got, buddy?
Could you have artificed a collar for the vamp that would basically sap any power or strength that he had, but that wouldn't cause constant damage to him, so that maybe we could keep him on a leash with us, like a control leash or a powerless leash type thing? You know what I'm saying?
Would you
Not
think
my
he actually would need it? It's the fact that he actually needs help. He's begging for help.
He's wanting help right now.
Okay, never mind then.
All right, so you guys, let me read you the thing here. All right, so
Give him
you've
the done
come.
and done.
All right, your party enters Riverside through the gate, which now sits broken and off its hinges. In front of you is what you assume is one of the richer neighborhoods in the city. The streets and houses are such stark contrast to the rest of the city that the transition from ruined charnel house of Market Street to this is it's jarring. The houses are huge, multi-story affairs with marble and siding and fancy accoutrement. The streets are a complicated pattern of blue, white, and gray that must see a lot of scrubbing to keep it so vibrant. You imagine that the high walls surrounding Riverside made this place easy to defend from the undead horde, and it's no wonder the jackals are now taking the area from the roofers by force. Even the houses here are surrounded by their own walls, giving the owners privacy and another layer of protection. You can see the walls here. You see no hostile elements as of yet, except for those way in the distance. But every once in a while, you hear the shouts and brief telltale ring of steel on steel. Whatever happened here, you haven't quite missed it. So up here in the tree, Leah, she says, "Hey,
There's a,
hey,
all I
it's
see is
you."
black.
Oh, you can't see through that. Okay, there she is. So she comes out of this gate over here and she says, "Hey, it's you." And she looks like she's talking to Darius. Could have used you when the jackals were murdering and kidnapping the entire family. I was stabbed in my sleep. The jackals aren't killing everyone they find. They're taking them back to Claptra. I'm betting some of them wish they were stabbed in their sleep. If you ask me, this place is dead. Everyone that can be saved is on the run or marching to the prison in irons. And Darius is like, "What do you mean, everyone that can be saved?" They've got a bunch of people in the house, a couple of the inner circle too. The vampire turns back to you. He says, "We can't leave them. They're not just useful to." God damn, I'm losing the accent. They're not just useful to me. They have skills that help them survive out there in the city. Skills that they have been passing on to others in my direction. If we lose that expertise, there will be a huge blow to mortal long-term survivability.
You mean your long-term survivability?
Yes, mine and yours and your precious survivors out there anywhere they are. This is a lot of training we're throwing away if we leave them there to die.
Well, you boys always love looking for a fight. Madame Claptrap glances at the battle-hardened and ready members of her party.
And as Cody puts down Keeley, she kind of wakes up. She's like, whoa, where the fuck am I?
Hey, the kid's up.
Fill
Hello.
up your health.
Am I in Riverside? Where the fuck were we in Riverside?
You don't remember?
Well, Keely, you agreed to come along on our adventure.
You actually walked all the way here.
I do remember
wanna
agreeing to
reach out here.
something with you, but I don't remember it being quite this.
Don't
Well-
worry.
I wanted to put my face in your boobies.
And you still can. Just not
And-
right now, darling.
Kibo
We
likes
also
not watching from
want to
afar.
go.
Travel rations.
Step next to the little gnome halfling and be like, "You want to ride? Come on, jump on, let's go."
Leah is sitting there tapping her foot, waiting for everyone to get done with whatever they're doing. Darius goes over and he says, "Listen, I did my best. I went and brought help. So whatever, buddy. Let's go save our people."
Before we get into a combat, I want to cast Shield of Faith on the little kobold to give him a little bit of chance of surviving.
Yeah, I like the little guy.
Should
Mark,
we
can you go back up to full?
should we tell the kobold to hide himself while we fight?
He could poof away, huh?
I have a sling.
Kibo like hide.
Yeah, Kibo, why don't you go hide yourself until we're done pushing people's faces in?
No. Kibo
Protect the little lady.
Kibo King. This is Kibo's domain. Kibo will fight.
Alright,
Kibo,
Keep-
why you're the king, Kibo? You're the king. Why don't you let your skilled warriors do the fighting for you?
Kibo, small king right now. Kibo will be big king with fight.
Kibo, stand behind the big boys, and you'll be just fine.
Okay. If you want to persuade him to stay behind, I'm willing to let you roll for it. But yeah.
I'm fine with him coming into combat.
Bring him along. We'll take him to.
Hey, if he wants to come, I'm fine with it. I'm chaotic neutral, so he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Kibo kind of sits up straight and he's like, Kibo have clan now. This how clan feels.
You want to throw yourself to the woods? Be my guest.
Done what
So
you're
where are we
doing over
going?
there by Leah.
Sneak out of any I don't know, walls lately.
She turns towards you and gives you like a sideways glance, like she doesn't even know you.
I'm fucking hurt. Bye. Locke, go talk to your friend who left the little metal shit in your hand.
Wait a minute. Is that the same one?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that snuck out of the damn wall when we tried to keep her overnight.
Yeah, we saved her from the goblins.
Screw it.
Hey,
Let's go punch something.
All these things, we'll talk later.
Yeah. But I do want to talk to the little halfling and be like, so to make a long story short, you wanted to come with us so we could help your druids, but we're taking a little bit of a detour to help the roofers, and then we'll talk about going to possibly to the druids.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. We good?
You didn't say anything about this.
Well, you were drunk.
for
You can fight with us or not. It's up to you. But know that we want to help you. We just have to help them first.
Fine. I'll fight. Well, who are we fighting? Am I fighting that kobold over there?
No. He is our king.
Get away from my king.
This seems like much longer story than I'm prepared for. Let's go hit something.
Okay. Sweet.
So how close can we get to these people without them noticing us right away?
If you want to roll a stealth check, you can try to fail, but they're gonna notice you sooner rather than later.
If things get bad, just get behind me.
We're sure that these are all the Claptree people. The jackals.
Yeah, they're jackals. Okay, so
I have
nobody
+8
else
to
needs to roll stealth. Sun Go Frog, fuck it.
Yeah, so I might as well just yell it out.
You're like-
Oi!
Are you wearing your
Hi.
Are you wearing your big armor, Sun Go Frog?
Yeah, I'm still technically wearing it. So
So he's like clank, 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 and these guys down here, they're stacking bodies and hold on and loot and such.
I have dynamic lighting on, so I can't see anything down there.
I don't have
Oh,
any
wow,
daylight.
I could see it.
I can
Yeah,
see
I
him at
can't
the
see
end.
anything.
Hang on.
I could see him. What the hell?
Oh,
see-
I have to zoom out. Okay.
Yeah, this is a big map. I put a whole bunch of different maps together to make this one. You're gonna have a few encounters on this.
All right.
So
Well, let's get to it.
Do you guys want to roll initiative and then leave it for next time, or do you want to do at least one encounter and then go?
We should probably save for next time. As much as I would love to fight, it's gonna take too long. I need to sleep.
Okay, 1 second before you go. Let me just take a look at this. Sorry, hang on just a second.
That's okay. That way you can add my scale mail to my armor class, whatever. How much do I add?
Can't wear it.
I
It
can't.
requires medium armor proficiency.
Oh, and I'm only a leather wearer.
You can only wear light armor.
Okay. Well, then I don't want it.
Okay. All right, cool. I was just checking to see on this hidden mechanic that Waterworks.
That I'm not telling you about.
Who are you pissing on this time?
The wall, apparently.
They might
But
not.
really well.
Okay. All right. So at this time, you guys just to recap here, you've got a big map here with a bunch of encounters with jackals on it and such. Unknown things in the house, people to save. You got Leah next to you, and you've got a couple new allies. And next time we'll be doing a pretty heavy combat session.
Hell yeah.
Everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to roll initiative?
Nope, because we can't.
No.
Might as well do it when we get back.
Yeah, we'll roll initiative
okay.
next time. It's fine.
I can't wait for Alex to slice people in two again.
Oh, I've got plans for his character development.
Yeah, I kind of waited 2 weeks.